Hey, it's your accountant Joyce with Diverse Community Partners. I'm heading home, which most likely you are too. This video is so important that I'm not even going to do any edits. When I'm done, I'm just going to put it out there. So today I had an interesting day. We are halfway through the year. And the thing is that I'm always telling people you got to be mindful where you are, what's needed, what's next. So we have a new client that was using a big size firm. And listen, if you are argumentative and you don't want to listen to what's required, these bigger companies are not going to care, because you know what, at the end of the day, it's not our responsibility. It's yours, right? So I found a lot of things that are not kosher. And this man started screaming at me. So let me just say, anybody who works with me or anybody who talks to me, if you are filing a S Corp or a C Corp tax return, it is mandatory, not selective. It is mandatory that you're on payroll for a reasonable salary. Now, if you don't have it and you sign up with me, we're going to get you on payroll, but it's mandatory. And the thing is, the penalty is $10,000 on me for filing that tax return knowing that you violated that rule, okay? Why? Because you're cheating the system out of 7.65% in taxes. So that's their concern, Group 2, okay? So this guy says to me, you don't tell me, I don't want the payroll. And I said, there's no negotiation. It is mandatory. You're going to do it. And he said to me, I don't work for you. You work for me. So you don't tell me what's anything. And I said, you're right. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to pay a $10,000 penalty because you don't want to pay the government and you're giving me this song and dance, right? So he said, well, change it, do whatever you got to do, but I don't want to be a payroll. I get it, but little mind, right? Because then when he starts paying taxes, if he changes it to a partnership, he's going to itch because he's going to say, why I owe so much money? Nah, 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 nah. So it's a lose-lose, right? So I just said, listen, do me a favor. Calm down. I understand you're upset. I'm easy breezy. But everybody know I will come back too. I understand, but it's not about, you're not going off on me like that. It's not my fault, right? Now, if it was my fault, maybe you could get upset, right? Okay. So I was just like, oh, Father God, help me. Just let this go. Then I have a potential person who called me who has approximately 150 clients that they each have, let's say 20 properties apiece, right? And he's under audit, and he said to me, well, I need this done 1, 2, 3. So I said, well, I have multiple clients. I have clients that's a little smaller than you, and this is what they pay a month. And if you times that by 7, because we're in July, at minimum you have to pay me that so I can get all the months. And he said, it's not that serious. All you're doing is posting transactions. I said, do not do that. Do not insult and diminish the word. So I wanted to come on and say, I know that the average person, before they really get into their business, like someone who has a business, who's a hustler, they don't see the value. To them, it's just, go ahead, do what you want. I don't need you. It's not important. I just need to get my taxes done. They only think of taxes. It's more than that, right? But when the government comes for you and start dinging you with penalties and so forth, now you see there's a value of having me, right? This is why I love working with people who's been in business a couple of years. They get it. They understand. They might have gotten bitten, or had to pay a penalty or something, and now they understand the value. So, of course, I'm very fair. But he told me, all you got to do is post a little transaction. Do it yourself, if you think that's what it is. And then they're asking for me to get 2 years, a year, updated in a week. Now, I can do it. I'm good, okay? I'm doing 1.5 years right now. And these other people, they have like 3,000 checks, and I think I'm down to 700 checks. And I just started. I calculated a year of income. I did everything. So I'm pretty good. My team is good. It's not just me. It's my team. My team helps me, and we work together as a team collectively. So I'm getting on today because I want to say, don't wait till the last minute. Don't think, because if you think you have a business, or if you tell them you have all these things, you should work with an accountant. But just don't take anybody. Don't take somebody because they told you they're $25. I had this guy, he's paying the girl $50 a month, and was wondering, why is his books garbage? You're paying the girl $50 a month, and she was updating 3 bodegas. I was like, dude, $50 a month? My employees get more than $50 a month, okay? There's no way that you could get the quality of work. So, I'm coming on, there's no bells and whistles, and all I'm going to say is, if you have a business, you're thinking of starting a business, you need to get someone that understands what it means working with a business owner. Stop taking Joe Blow because they work with my mother and they did my mother's taxes and so forth. You want someone who has an understanding. You want someone who's stable, that they've been there for a few years. You can find them in a Better Business Bureau. You can find them registered on the Secretary of State. Do you know how many accountants or bookkeepers that I look up their business and they're dissolved? If they're not even managing their own business, how are they managing yours? Okay? So, I'm reasonable. I'm in the middle. I'm not the least expensive, but I'm not the most expensive. But I am great. I'm going to say that. And hopefully I have a client or two who will look at it and they'll come and say that I'm great and just post the word great. And if they don't, I'll go after them. But anyway, for real, I just wanted, I know it's a long video, but I'm just going to say, please, find someone like myself that is credible. Ask questions. And if you feel you're not getting what you need, have a consultation with me. Even if you don't want to use me, pay me for a thing. Tell me who you have. Let's talk about it. If they're less than me, if they're good, I'm going to bless it and say yes. But if not, you get Joyce with Diverse Community Partners in my team. All right, let me get home. Bye.